WWE are to allow blading and blood in a major change. A mystery debut set for AEW WrestleDream tonight, and CM Punk's WWE return plans have been revealed. Stay tuned for all the juicy deets. So something that has been off the menu for a long time, that really upset me when it went off the menu, has been blood in WWE. Blood in WWE has been, unless it's done completely accidentally, it's been absent from our screens for a very long time. But in a major change, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE is now set to allow blading in major matches and rivalries. The report from the Observer states that now that Vince McMahon is gone, WWE is allowing blood and blading in major matches, but they're planning to not overdo it. And that's the key.
That's the key, yes. As long as it's not overdone, then it makes it so impactful.
Yeah.
And not, I don't want to say special, but it does make the match special.
I like really ultra-violent deathmatch stuff, and if I want to get my fix of just everything being bloody, I'll go watch that. But I think that, when you look through the history of American professional wrestling, blood at the right point in a feud just heightens things.
Yeah, for sure.
It just takes things to that next level. And I know that there's a lot of risk involved, and I know that, but you've got to think the company is going to be on top of all of this if they're going to be permitting this.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's one of these things where it just feeds so much more into the drama. If somebody's bleeding, it's supposed to be a violent exhibition.
And it's like, ooh, we shouldn't be seeing this. Yeah. Especially knowing that for so long it has been banned. And I think that's what made that match of the weekend so impactful and so visually memorable, was being like, oh,
now stop changing that. Just stop having 11 ring canvases as well. I want to see big dirty patches everywhere. That's what I want. Big ring scabs. But just coming off the back of the story here regarding the blood, referencing the Bad Blood Hell in a Cell match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. What a match.
Yeah.
5 stars.
5 stars.
The report notes that the plan was always for Punk to be the one to blade during the match, but McIntyre was never meant to bleed. This ended up happening hard way via a shot to the head with a toolbox. So there was reportedly panic backstage here within WWE due to the amount that Drew was bleeding, with the on-the-spot plans to send a ringside doctor into the cell to check on McIntyre. I was reading that apparently they were wanting to get at least a towel to wick away the blood.
So he did get the towel in there, but he wasn't happy. He didn't look happy with the towel.
No. It was scrapped due to WWE wanting to protect the stipulation of McIntyre sending word that he felt okay despite the blood loss, and that if he did feel woozy, he and Punk would go straight to the finish. He was said to show no signs of concussion. That was hard to say.
You did be well there.
During the match, and they proceeded as planned, with McIntyre very aware of the situation and very in control.
I think the immediate thought when I saw how much blood was coming out of his head was, they stopped Edge versus Finn Balor for less at WrestleMania.
But they let about 15 years of TV go ahead with worse.
But so that it was a case of okay, this is a Hell in a Cell match, but that's a lot of blood. And they didn't. They seem to have been in communication the entire time. McIntyre likely... Now, I feel like the first part of that report where he does say that McIntyre was never meant to bleed, you can see that he maybe did blade throughout that match. Maybe he wasn't meant to, but I'm pretty sure he did.
Check out Mr. Smark over here.
I am pretty sure he bladed during that match. He's got
Should we contact Drew?
Little cut there.
We should show him this clip?
We should ask Drew about that one. But his awareness of how much blood there was, and to not use the towel until they got the shot.
Look, I think it's, again, it just, at the right point, even accidentally, potentially, at the right point, the right amount of blood can just heighten the drama significantly. So I'm all for it. I'm happy that Drew was in control. I'm happy there was a contingency plan, that there's no sign of concussion, that he was able to kind of refer, I guess, through the referee to the back. Anything that could possibly need to change in the situation. But goddamn, what a match.
It sold the feud. I believe they hate each other.
Moving on to the other side of the fence there, Fraser. You got a bit of a juicy news about a return.
Indeed. Brody King was speaking with Stephanie Chase and addressed Julia Hart, who's been out of action for quite some time now, actually, in AEW.
Shoulder injury, right?
Yeah, shoulder injury. And he said, in regards to that, I think we should be seeing her very soon. She's been dropping hints here and there. I think she's ready to come back for her title. Of course, referring to the TBS title. She had a decent run with that belt at the tail end of last year.
Yeah.
I think it's only a matter of time till we see her back.
Yeah, I think given how long she's been off, it was one of those vague
Yeah,
statements where it was like a compound shoulder injury, kind of nagging injury.
And AEW never really tells people information about injuries unless the talent leads
unless
that.
they're going to kind of lean into it on a storyline or something. But yeah, it'd be nice to see her back. She has been missed on TV.
I agree. I think that having the House of Black without her, despite them having, they're a great team,
it doesn't feel
there's
complete,
a missing piece. And I didn't know how much she actually added to that presentation until she was gone.
Yeah, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully she'll be back in AEW very, very soon.
Well, looking ahead to tonight, it's AEW WrestleDream. And really quick, cheap, shameless plug here. Me and Ross are going to be live at youtube.com/cultaholic/live from 11:30 p.m. UK time tonight. We're going to be live through the pre-show onwards. But a mystery debut has been set for the show tonight. AEW has added MXM versus The Acclaimed to tonight's AEW WrestleDream 0 Hour after Mansoor and Mace Madden attacked the former tag team champions on last night's Rampage. They said in a more serious tone than we're used to from the pair that they would kill Scissoring forever, before teasing a mystery third man to be in their corner for the match. They also added to the WrestleDream pre-show Rampage last night. Harley Cameron versus Anna Jay.
Yes,
that's one for me and Ross.
Two new matches on the 0 Hour. I think
only 12, so I'm assuming he's just going to walk out and go, oh my God, this, and this. And
got to add some 16. More. Got to add some more. But I think this will be a very interesting match. I love MXM. I think they're fantastic. I love their WWE run. We both did. We sat here every week after SmackDown and loving what they were doing with Max Dupree. And I think, maybe he's better off now. But MXM, great stuff in AEW. Who's the mystery man, Sam? I
think it's a big shout, but I don't know why my brain went straight there. But Sidney Akeem, the former Reggie, has been making waves in GCW. He's been kind of just exploring the independent world a bit. I feel like he's somebody highly athletic that would fit with their style and their vibe, and he's been used to being kind of in entertaining storylines. He's very good comedically. He's good kind of with that level of pacing, but it could be anybody, right?
So I've got two people that I think it could be. First one, Dijak.
Second, Batista.
What? First one, Dijak. Dijak, because he's got links with Mace through Retribution. And he comes back. Imagine him, leather jacket,
in like the hockey gear and everything.
Glasses
on.
No,
we need to make you over.
Glasses on. He's got like a Zoolander type deal going. Where he's, it'd be so fantastic. Good. Second person, Shane McMahon. Here comes the model. Here we go. Imagine.
We're going to sign you, Shane. We're going to sign you, but on one. It's like Lex Luger returning to WCW.
He's a model with MXM.
You're getting nowhere near the money that you want, and you're also going to be in this storyline.
But it's spelled MX man. Mixman.
Mixman.
Shane Mixman.
Shane McMahon.
There we go. That's my prediction for tonight.
Dupree.
It's not going to happen.
Now moving back over to the other side of the fence here with WWE. Despite setting up major matches on Raw over the past couple of weeks, it appears that there are no plans for these matches to be featured on Crown Jewel, which is WWE's next major PLE.
Oh yeah.
Now, this comes from the Wrestling Observer News, which said that neither Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins or Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso are planned for the show in Saudi Arabia. The report noting that the former match could move to the show, but right now there are no plans for it, while the latter match will be held at a future date, with Ebu of Wrestling Purists reporting that it will take place on an episode of Raw.
And we've seen a lot of things where WWE is like not... they do a 5-match limit for pay-per-views now, which I still think is a little bit slim, but they've been packing...
This is spoken like a guy who doesn't do live reactions.
I know, right? I think that they've been packing those Raws really nicely. It does give me more of a reason to watch, but I would quite like to see something like the Intercontinental title be featured on pay-per-view.
I would like for it to be featured on pay-per-view. I do think that we should be featuring more belts on pay-per-view, especially things like the IC title. At least one set of tag belts. That should always be featured on pay-per-view in my mind. Maybe I'm a dinosaur, I don't know. But at the same time, I grew up in an era where there were so many title matches on TV.
Yeah.
So I was kind of spoiled for it in that sense. So I see why you would want to save big matches for TV, because it's rating poppers.
Absolutely, but I feel like Bronson Reed, the amount of work he's put in the past couple months, and of course Seth Rollins back, that feels like a pay-per-view worthy match to me. Personally, on Raw, it minimizes it a little bit and doesn't feel as important.
That just means they don't. Yeah, they get to steal the show on the weekly show.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
But talking about Saudi Arabia and and Crown Jewel, and somebody who's going to be absent from Crown Jewel there. What news have we got, Fraser?
Well, so we've got some news about CM Punk. Of course, we know that he's not going to be appearing at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia because, well, I think he's injured, isn't he, after that big match?
Yeah.
He's a bit burnt out.
Had the wind taken out of his
That's all
sails.
it is. CM Punk's return date, though, has
He's out for
seemingly
6 months.
been revealed by WrestleVotes Radio, as it was reported that he's currently planned for Survivor Series and is currently factored into the show's card. WrestleVotes said, we're hearing that he's scheduled for Survivor Series at this time, so his hiatus will be brief through Crown Jewel, we're told. As of right now, he's penciled for Survivor Series. Watch him return on the Raw after Crown Jewel.
Yeah, just straight away.
Straight away. Just, I'm better. I'm back.
Yeah, I'm back.
No.
I just
Tweaked
didn't.
my back.
Yeah, just
Clicked it.
sprained
That's it.
my ankle a little bit.
He's back. There's no reason why he's missing Crown Jewel at all.
Well, me and Ross, as I said earlier, are going to be live from 11:30 p.m. tonight, youtube.com/cultaholic/live with WrestleDream reactions from the pre-show until the very bitter end, which will probably be about 9 a.m. Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun time.
So, we've also got a pre-show going on TikTok,
We
don't we?
do indeed. Join us on TikTok at Cultaholic for a live DJ stream with the DJ Ghost Bandit, who will be giving you some wrestling music, some great vibes, all ahead of WrestleDream. This will start at 6 p.m. British time. So don't miss that one at Cultaholic on TikTok. And also, we've got some really fun Patreon stuff going on.
We do. We got a whole reinvigorated Patreon. If you get yourselves over to
brand
patreon.com/cultaholic. And also, if you've not seen our brand new website, cultaholic.com, it looks beautiful on mobile.
Oh, it's
it
gorgeous.
looks beautiful on desktop.
Oh.
It's packed to the gills with news, features, quizzes, the works. Check it out. We might be back later on if there's any more wrestling news, though. Tiny bit.